Hi, and welcome to the Route to CISO podcast. It's me, Chris Rides. I'm going to be your host, and I'm going to be chatting to seasoned Chief Information Security Officers about their career journeys. We're going to be unencrypting their real-life stories and searching for the hidden keys to help you fast-track your cybersecurity career. If you could let everybody know sort of what you're up to right now, that would be great, and then we'll dive into a bit of your career path.
Well, let's see, what am I up to? So what I was doing before I really got into cyber was, I was in the U.S. Navy and working in advanced weapon systems, and that's where I got into, heavily into advanced electronics and everything from phased array radar systems to, computer systems and all kind. I mean, it required me to go out on a ship every once in a while and do stuff. So yeah, it was crazy. But the experience was just amazing. And at the same time, I still had the lab in my garage. And so on the weekends and, when I'd get home at night, I'd be out there working on stuff. And then on the weekends, I was volunteering at the Boys and Girls Club, or I was volunteering at, nonprofits around here. And I was running their small business servers and I was running their email servers because I needed the experience to put on my resume to show that I could, do IT, that I could run networks, that I could. And so I was, I was doing, and I did that for a number of years. I just, anything and everything that I could do to get experience and to learn and to, work on certs and to add all of these kind of things to my resume. And so it was, it was pretty intense.
It's really hard to get that experience, but a lot of the people I speak to are in a similar situation, and a lot of the advice that I give and I see others give is to go out and volunteer and see, whatever you can do to help other people to build your resume. And I think a lot of the stuff that you went through there is very similar to what people need to do now, and some of the same struggles. So things haven't necessarily changed a huge amount.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, one of my, in fact, one of the community colleges here in San Diego, they've got a full on Cisco lab. And they offer all of these Cisco certifications, and the state pays for them. You don't have to pay for anything. You just have to, you get signed up and actually go to class and pass your certifications. And so, so that's how I did all my Cisco certs and stuff. And I volunteered to work in that lab. I volunteered, on the weekends to be in there to reconfigure and set up new routers and switches and to run cable. And, my fingertips were bloody doing Cat5 cable and stuff. But, you learn. But that's how you learn. You've got to go ahead and volunteer and get in and do these things, and so I know you and I were talking about, like, when I hire, what do I look for?
Yeah.
And I look for that kind of stuff. I look for on a person's resume. All right, I just haven't been to school, and then after school went and did a couple of jobs. What I'm looking for is, are you involved in the community? Are you doing stuff with B-Sides and with DEF CON? Are you doing projects? What kind of home networks and stuff like that are you building at the house? What I want to know is, what were you working on last night? What were you programming and building and stuff like that? What were you doing with your Raspberry Pi at home that you were building and showing your 12-year-old? That's the kind of stuff that I'm looking for, is not so much that you've got the education, but do you have the passion? Because that's what is required in cyber. We don't work regular hours. We work all the time, and it's pretty, and again, it's pretty intense, and you've got to have that kind of passion for the different types of projects and the different things that we're constantly, doing. And so I look for those things, not just the regular stuff that, the AI algorithm that they're screening the resumes tells you to go look for. I'm looking for, the extra stuff. How involved are you in the community?